Yo guys, what's going on? Christopher Lopez here with BeastBrotherhood.com, and in today's video we're going to be covering how to do a bicep workout at home. Now obviously what equipment you have access to is different than somebody else's, right? So you may have a home gym, maybe your home gym is just set up with light dumbbells or moderate dumbbells and maybe a set of suspension straps. Or maybe you just have bands. So your setup at home might be different than someone else's. Somebody else may have a full setup with a power rack, a bar, and some plates, and a full rack of dumbbells. Maybe they have some kettlebells. Maybe they have some sandbags. So your situation is ultimately unique. But what we're going to cover today is how you can build your arms based on what equipment you have access to. A couple general rules of thumb that you can do or that you can use to hopefully take your arm training to the next level, your bicep training. So that said, if you have a typical gym setup, you have a rack of dumbbells, and you have a bar with some plates, you're pretty much set. So what I would do is focus obviously on your bar curls and your heavy rows, right? So your heavy rows are your straight rows where you put the weights on the side, you pull the bar up to your rib cage, all right, squeezing your upper back. But that's going to in turn work your arms, work your biceps, work your forearms, and help build some quality strength and muscle in the arms just indirectly from that. Once you're doing that, obviously you can throw in some bar curls, a few sets of bar curls. Depending on the week and depending on if you're going heavy or light, obviously you would range your reps between 6 and 12. That's my general rule of thumb. So if you're going heavier, 6 to 8. If you're going with taking the volume approach and you're doing more volume, you can do 10 to 15, depending on the workout, depending on the day. Can't give you really specifics on your workouts just because I don't know your situation. But that's pretty much it. So if you have a bar and some dumbbells, you're set. Heavy rows, heavy curls, and then you can put your dumbbell work in as you see fit. And again, with dumbbells, I cover this in another video as far as arm training. With dumbbells, I don't typically go super heavy with dumbbells just because of the fact that it's one arm at a time. And a lot of times if you're going really heavy, you see guys that start to uppercut the weight. They start to curl the weight up, right? The bar, it's a little different. You can give a little kick with the hips if you have the bar and finish the movement. But with the dumbbells, you start swinging it, you're working your delts, you're not really working your biceps. So dumbbells, the approach for dumbbells for me personally is going moderate or a little lighter, focusing on the quality of the contraction and not the quantity of reps, okay? Basic rule of thumb. Next thing is if you just have maybe 1 or 2 pairs of dumbbells, you don't have access to a bar of plates, you want to make the workout as intense as possible. So based on how many reps you can do with the dumbbells, if you have a full rack of dumbbells, you can work your way down and do down on reps, and you can do a set of maybe 20s for high reps, and you pyramid the weight down. Obviously, that's a pretty common way to train, but it's still effective. As long as you're contracting the muscles and you're increasing the weight through each set. It's a solid way to train. The other way to train is if you have a set of dumbbells, you can get 12 to 15 reps with it. You do 4 sets or so with that weight. Just slow the reps down. 4 sets of 12, 4 sets of 15. That's really going to tax the biceps as well. So again, it all kind of depends on what equipment you have access to. If you don't have access to any weights, you're kind of strapped. You have to use either your body weight, bands, or suspension trainer, which is totally fine. I did another video on this, and I'll try and link it up if I can. But it just goes to show you that you can still train your biceps and your arms even if you don't have access to weights. All right. If you take a body weight approach, or a band approach, you're doing bands, you're doing your suspension trainer or chin-ups. For your biceps, high volume approach is best. Just because the weight factor, the weight resistance is just not available, right? So no matter how hard you make a band row or suspension row, or a band curl, suspension curl, there's only so tough you can make it, right? So if you get to a part where you're doing like 15 suspension curls, maybe you beef up the number of sets. Maybe you go super slow reps and you slow the rep cadence down, the tempo down of the reps. You got to figure out different ways and get creative on how you can make the workout more intense. But I think ultimately, depending on what equipment you have access to, no matter what equipment it is, the workout has to be intense. That's ultimately what's going to get you the best results. So you have to make do with what you have, and ultimately you take that equipment that you have access to and you do the best that you can with it and make the workout as intense as possible. Make sure you're eating quality foods and make sure you're recovering enough. All right. That's all I got, guys. Hopefully this information was a little bit useful today. There was really no thing I can pinpoint and say this is how to do it, because I don't know what you have in your home gym or what you have at your gym at work or what you have access to at this current moment. So if you want some feedback on how to work arm training, at home, depending on your setup, leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to write you back, let you know what I think. Maybe some advanced techniques you can do based on the equipment that you have. Let me know. I'm here to help. I'm here to help in any way I can. Make sure you like this video, share it if you feel like somebody can get some value out of it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a ton of other videos going up on this channel, all to help you get bigger, stronger, and leaner. And if you're a guy, this is the place to be. I've been fat, I've been skinny, I've been strong, I've been weak. I think I'm pretty strong now, but I've been on every part of the spectrum, and I've suffered, and I've gone through a lot of trials, and I've tried different diets and supplements, and you name it. There's a chance that I've struggled with it. So let me know your comments. Let me know what you're struggling with. I'm here to help. Oh, and last but not least, grab your free gift on the right side of the screen here. It's my way of saying thank you for making it this far in my video, checking out my other videos, being interactive, leaving your comments, and just being overall awesome guys. So that's all I got. Pick up your free gift, and I'll see you in the next video. Leave your comments. Let me know what you're struggling with.